Lurking in the background, virtually having no impact on the game, our boy Raichi is going to awaken very soon, shifting the tides even further in Bastard Munchen's favor. What's going on, everybody? My name's Animasu, and I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Some Raichi love is exactly what we're going to be providing in this video, as we once again have some fun theorizing on another character's moment. Now, if you guys enjoy these types of theorizing videos, make sure to let me know this by clicking that subscribe button, liking the video, all that kind of cool stuff. Also, make sure to comment down below if you have any specific things that you want videos made on, and I'll do my very best to get it out for you all. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the video, and thank you all so much for the recent support. Currently, as we know him, Raichi is one of Bastard Munchen's defensive midfielders in the Neo Egoist League. But even before this, we witnessed Raichi playing defense quite frequently, with Team Z during their second selection matches. His personality is that of a very hot-headed and temper-driven person, who quite actually will argue about anything, whether it be with his opponents or even with his own team. Raichi also demonstrates to us that he's a very confident and arrogant person, which we see in the earlier chapters of Bluelock and even in the latest ones, with him constantly belittling and talking down to his teammates. Despite his constant screaming and insulting of his team, he has shown that he can play with some smart judgment as a team player, even forfeiting his striker spot previously for the good of the game. Now, as for the type of player that Raichi is, he's been shown to be what's known as a box-to-box midfielder, contributing in almost all aspects of the entire game. Raichi uses his incredible and immense stamina to run up and down the pitch all game long, even demonstrating that he does have some level of passing ability. It doesn't matter if it's a full sprinting attacking push or locking someone down all game long in a defensive shutdown. RAICHI JINGO will be there for his team, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as for the exact weapon arsenal that he has, that's kind of why we're theorizing in this video, because Raichi hasn't really demonstrated any crazy abilities of his own. Now, for one of his abilities that we know for a fact, he has immense stamina that also seems limitless, as demonstrated to us in his match against Team Z in the second selection. Even his stats in the Neo Egoist League reflect this, with his physical attributes reflecting that of people like Kunigami, Aku, you get the gist of it. He was even able to keep up with and lock down Mikage Reo nearly all game long, with his true stamina showing in the endgame as everybody else's sprinting speed and overall ability started to decline. Now, before we get into his next ability, I want to begin to tie everything together for today's theory, so let me explain to you what I personally would want to see out of Raichi. Now, as you've seen from the thumbnail and title, Raichi's ability or style of play that I'm theorizing will be based off of that of a hyena. This helps continue on with the jungle and wildlife theme that I began in my Gagamaru theorizing video, so make sure to check that out too after this video. Just like a hyena, Raichi will make himself a nuisance on the field with his immense stamina, actually being the one to solve the Baru problem altogether. My prediction in the Primal Vision video was that Gagamaru will be the one to block Baru's shot by focusing on his teammates, and I have to be honest with you all, I wasn't completely straightforward. I know, boo-hoo, I'm sorry. Now, the person that's known best for annoying his opponents on the field, one of Bluelock's OG shit-talkers that can yap his mouth all game, RAICHI JINGO will actually be the key to stopping Baru's newly awakened predator vision. Now, out in nature, hyenas are typically found together as pack animals, being some of the most fearless creatures in all of nature. There is one animal that they do fear, however, being none other than the male lion, which is the exact animal that Baru's aura represents, matching perfectly with that predator eye of his. And I'm not saying that Raichi fears Baru in any way, actually, because what I'm going to say next implies quite the opposite, so let me know what you think about this theory down in the comments. I believe that Raichi will use his overwhelming ability of man-to-man marking to chase Baru around the entire field, or maybe just the ball itself, using his immense stamina to stay consistent through every stage of the game. Now, tying it further into the hyena theory, I'm sure you've all seen The Lion King or some other kumbaya movie that has hyenas. Whatever. Those little gremlins of nature do not shut the hell up. They do this little creepy laugh when displaying any sort of emotion, and are very verbal hunters, making loud noises for just about every situation. Now, I think just like a hyena, Raichi will do the same in terms of running around the field, but he'll also be making plenty of noise the entire time. This will cause Baru to not necessarily be thrown off, which I guess that is a possibility, but what I'm mainly getting at with this is that it allows Gagamaru to easily track this lion in their ecosystem all game long. As Raichi is shown in the earlier chapters, and as we've mentioned earlier on in this video, this man has the ability to yap, whine, and not shut up, just like a hyena when it's hunting. Kagamaru will then be able to just track the sound of Raichi's screaming ass all game long, effectively shutting down Boru's Predator Eye, making use of Raichi for the first time in 150 chapters. Now I know that this sounds hilarious, but when you think about it, it really does make sense and would immensely help Kagamaru in this matchup. Seriously though guys, Bluelock does really just give us the best characters with the coolest designs and then show us nothing else about them for multiple years, which I guess isn't the worst thing ever. It does allow me to have fun making these cool theory videos like these, so I guess shout out to the Bluelock author for leaving Raichi in the closet for so long. Anyways, another thing that helps support this theory can also be found in the Neo Egoist League, in the middle of Bastard Munchin's intense matchup versus Manshine City. After a perfectly placed shot from Isagi, the ball is sent flying straight towards the top left of the net, literally getting multiple panels just for the shot itself. Just before going in, however, the ball is literally redirected into the net by none other than Kunigami Rensuke, leaving Isagi all pissed off and whiny as usual. Which I guess I understand, I'd be pissed off with this too. It's even worse because after the fact, Kunigami rubs a little salt in the wound here by taunting Isagi about his stolen shot. This actually results in Isagi responding, calling him a hyena hero who he'll leave his leftovers to. Now just reading Bluelock normally, this doesn't really stick out too much, actually coming off as one of Isagi's more tame insults near these parts on the manga. The thing is, however, when thinking about and tying everything into my previous Kagamaru theory, this Raichi theory, and Boru's Predator Vision and Lion Aura, everything starts to connect just a bit more, and it makes it seem like my theory isn't all that far-fetched. Another important thing to note about the animal and wildlife theme that I'm taking here, it isn't something that I've just pulled out of thin air, as themes like this are already a huge part in the Bluelock manga. When referring to chemical reactions or just specific team plays between certain players, the manga has been known to choose specific themes for these matchups, which I hope it continues to do so at an even higher degree. Just a few examples of these are Isagi and Corona's space-themed Planet Hotline, Aku and Isagi's prison-themed robber and cop dynamic, and Kaiser and Bastard Munchin's royal king and servant dynamic. The animal and nature theme has even been played on before, with players like Reo, Oliver Aku, Chigiri, even the damn Wanama brothers all have animal-based auras. I just really think that we need to see Raichi do something this game, because he has been on the field, but he hasn't even really done anything so far. I was sitting in a call with Clamp the other day talking about what I thought would happen with the match, and I quite actually slipped up and talked about Raichi being subbed in, because that's how useless he's been. I forgot he was even in this matchup. Now speaking of people that should be in this matchup though, I am thinking of making a Hiyori video talking about his upcoming awakening and just the overall help that he's going to provide to the team in these upcoming chapters. Now if you guys want to see that video or any other videos like the one you watched today, make sure to support my channel in any way possible because it lets me guys know that you enjoy the content that I'm pushing out. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's theory and make sure to let me know in the comments if you think that it'll happen or not. Have an amazing day and thank you all so much for watching.